right, thanks everybody for coming. Please welcome head coach Billy Gazzi and student athletes Joy Adams, Marina Lizarazu, and Aaliyah Robinson of Iona to the podium. Congratulations on earning your NCAA tournament bid. Coach, if you'd like to start with an opening statement, and then we'll open it up for questions for the student athletes.
Sure. It's been an incredible journey with this group. We're obviously excited to be here. Thankful to everyone who has been so gracious to us so far in hosting us and getting us into the right spots. We're pumped to get ready for practice and looking forward to a great game tomorrow.
Thanks, Coach. We'll open it up for questions for the student athletes. Please raise your hand and wait for the microphone before asking your questions.
So just obviously, Maryland, what's the game plan going in against such a versatile group?
You know, obviously they're a really good group. They're a very well-coached group. They're going to be a little bit bigger, obviously, than we've seen in our league. But our plan is what it's been all season, to make ourselves our priority, to focus on our defensive presence, which we did a phenomenal job of this year. And obviously credit to the young ladies sitting next to me for how hard they worked and how they led the buy-in with the rest of the group. But just to focus on ourselves, what we do well, and try to get after it and make it a tough up-and-down game.
If we could just ask the questions for the student athletes first, then we'll get back to Coach. Thanks.
I mean, we have been practicing all this year to this moment, so I think we have to just stay true to our identity and play to our standard and keep fighting no matter what, stay together.
I'd like to ask each of the three players what it means to you personally and what you think it means to the school to be in the NCAA tournament and have the school get to participate in the women's tournament for the first time.
I'll go first. It means everything to me. I've been working for this moment since I've been in college, and to see that my hard work has paid off, and for my team, it means everything to them too, because we talked about this moment from day one, and to actually be here is one of the greatest experiences ever.
I think it means a lot. We all have been working for this the whole season, and I think it's a great opportunity to show everybody how Iona plays.
I definitely think this is a great opportunity for us to be our first NCAA appearance. It's a great feeling to actually be sitting here right now. So,
yeah. To follow up, Joy, you mentioned since day one. I mean, is this something you all thought was possible at the start of the season?
Absolutely. We started the season rough. We started with a slow start, but eventually we all started to buy into the system, and everyone just came along. And as we start to play and keep playing, we know how great we can be.
With that early start, was it difficult to maintain belief and think that you guys could turn things around and have a successful season?
No. Our coaches pushed us every single day, and we had a very tough non-conference schedule, and I think it only set us up for greatness going towards the end of our season, because we bonded even closer. We work even harder because we know we can compete with anyone.
This question more for the seniors, Joy and Aaliyah. Knowing that your career after 4 hard years is going to culminate with an NCAA tournament appearance, no matter how far you guys go, but just speak to what that means to the growth of your careers from day one coming in as freshmen to this point.
I think the growth that I see with myself is just being patient and just keep working and keep my head up. Just never give up on yourself, never give up on your teammate, and it's one of the greatest experience. This is one of the greatest experience of my life, and I don't have any regrets.
over these past 4 years, I definitely grown into becoming a better person and player at the same time. So I would say this experience is definitely amazing, and I wouldn't trade this moment for anything.
Marina, is the NCAA women's tournament a big deal in Spain? I mean, was this something you even knew about, and when did it get on your radar?
I mean, before coming here, I didn't know about anything of the NCAA, but I mean, yeah, once I got here, my freshman year at Texas Tech and my sophomore year, I mean, junior year here, I've always dreamed about this, and I think it's a big experience for any basketball player, so I'm really proud of my team, and we are really ready to go and to upset them.
Do people back home know about what's going on?
Yeah, and they do, because there are a lot of Spanish basketball players playing here in the NCAA, and some of them are in the tournament too, so people are really interested on how Spanish players are doing, so yeah, they do.
Any more questions for the student athletes?
The opponent here, Maryland, has a long history of success, national championship, recent Final Fours. How important is it to avoid being intimidated by the opponent, and how do you go about avoiding thinking about that, or do you?
It's March Madness. Anything can happen, so you just gotta come out here and play. Can't be scared of the moment. Just enjoy it, and who knows what will happen.
I mean, I think we're ready to play. We have been working for this moment, as I said before. So, as Joy said, we're not scared of anybody, and anything can happen. So we just gonna keep fighting every time of the game, and we're gonna stay together and play to our standard, and we will be fine.
We just have to fight from the beginning. When they go on their runs, we just have to fight through it, don't put our heads down, and continue to fight, play defense, and stay with them.
Any more questions for the student athletes? All right, thank you. You ladies are dismissed, and we'll now take questions for Coach. Questions for Coach?
Hey, Coach. You win your first ever MAC championship. Obviously, there's a lot of elation and highs, but how do you kind of settle down and get ready for the tournament, a few weeks afterwards?
We thought it was good that our tournament was so early. That kind of gave us a week to enjoy the moment. With coaches, with players, you're so quickly on to the next scout, and you tend to move past it and don't get a chance to celebrate it. So we had a couple days where we were really able to feel it, to talk to some people that we made really proud, with former players, former coaches that have put a lot of hard work to get this program to where it is. A couple of days of rest, and then the mindset really shifted to getting back to hard work, to making sure that we make ourselves our priority, like I mentioned before, that we focus on our defensive standard and really spending a lot of time in practice on that. And then obviously once the name was called, really getting into focus mode and trying to figure out the different tweaks and adjustments that we can make to be successful.
What will it take to be successful against Maryland?
I think the girls hit it on the head, that they have to come out with no fear, that they have to come out and work extremely hard and stay true to our identity. We have preached that all season, from the 0-4 start through playing some really tough teams, through conference play, to really stay true to who we are. We have made our defensive presence, our specialty, to lead the league in points per game allowed, and to turn that around from last year being last in the league to first in the league is something that they take pride in. So really talking about on the defensive end how we can try to disrupt them, how we can be a little bit different than some of the more recent teams that they may have seen, and then obviously staying true offensively to moving the ball and finding the open teammate and really playing unselfish basketball.
Coach, you mentioned the defensive turnaround from last year to this year. What just tell me about what made you so proud of the way that the girls worked this year to make that commitment to defense.
You know, from day one, they were willing to be different. And I'd say it went all the way back to last year with a 15-15 finish and early exit out of the MAC tournament, that they were really unhappy with that they did some self-analyzing, and they sat down and said, you know, we weren't very good on the defensive side of the ball. We didn't buy in the way we should have. There were a lot of different things that we could have done to be better. So the conversation was led by Joy Adams and, you know, Corinna Dupree, our other captain, who's a junior, and they just really took it to heart in the postseason and made sure that they were working on it every day, that it was a constant topic of conversation. And then obviously going into preseason this year with a lot of questions of trying to figure out what our identity is going to be, defense was the mainstay. That we needed to be better to keep ourselves into games and to really sacrifice for each other. You know, these girls put a lot of hard work into this. This is what they play for, and to be able to focus in on that, to make it a priority, to sacrifice for each other, to step in and take charges, to make that an exciting part of their game. You know, we're really proud of how hard they worked and what the effort they put into it to really accomplish that turnaround.
Does similar to what I asked your players, what does it mean to you personally, and what do you think it means to Iona to make it to the NCAA tournament?
You know, like I said, this is a proud moment for us. We have obviously made so many people before us proud, in the student athletes who worked hard to make, you know, Iona a respectable program, for the former coaches who put so much work in prior to us getting here, for the administrators, for our president, Dr. Nair, and the people that support us every single day. It's a really special moment. You know, obviously we're excited to be the first to do it, and, you know, this is a part of history that they're going to have for the rest of their lives. They're going to be able to look up and say, you know, I was on that first team to make it to the NCAA tournament. But not forgetting the history of the people who came before them, and being able to build on that success is just a special moment for the women's team, a special moment for the college in itself, and obviously doing it in the same year as the men is really exciting. It's a lot of energy, a lot of buzz around campus, and we're just so thrilled to continue to make everyone proud.
And from a personal perspective?
You know, personally, obviously it's exciting for me. This is what we work so hard for. This is, you know, you spend a lot of time away from your family, you spend a lot of time away from your friends, and sacrificing some of the things that you want to do to make sure that you put these kids in the right spot. They're a special group. They're fun to be around. Our coaches that I work with every day, you know, I'm lucky to be a part of it. I'm lucky to be the one to stand up and make the calls when they put all the hard work in, and they're living and dying with every scout. They're doing all the film, they're doing all the legwork, and, you know, to have the players to be able to support them through this journey, to be able to share this moment with them is just incredible.
Coach, now looking ahead to Maryland tomorrow, they have such a dynamic attack of Kimbrough Walker outside, or Walker Kimbrough outside, and Jones inside. Such a good rebounding team. What's, say, the biggest aspect of their game that you think you guys have to focus in on the most to stop?
You know, obviously they're two leads on the team, but they're so dynamic. Anyone on that team can step up for them, you know, on any given night. So again, I think that we've spent most of our time talking about what we need to do. Making sure that we are disciplined in the way that we defend, making sure that we're keying in better on the box outs, matching their physicality. Obviously, you know, Jones is a big presence inside, and she's very physical, very active, and just kind of trying to take away some of the things that they want to do, trying to, you know, throw different traps here and there. Obviously, you know, throw different people, you know, on Walker Kimbrough, just, you know, to try to mix things up and be able to and willing to adjust at any given moment. So, you know, we've spent quite a few moments in practice adjusting on the fly and making sure they understand that we're going to have to throw everything out there. But, you know, again, just staying true to our identity, working hard, staying with each other, enjoying the moment, but really going out there to fight for something that they've been fighting for all year.
What was your initial reaction Monday when you saw that you'd be coming to College Park and facing Maryland?
Excitement. You know, I don't think there's anything but. You know, you just, to see your name called is thrilling. You know, after that, you take a moment to sit down and look at the opponent. But, you know, it's an opportunity for me to come home, growing up, you know, around this area, our director of operations to come home, growing up in Baltimore. So, you know, having that family support, that fan support is exciting for us. So, you know, we're looking forward to the challenge.
Were you a Maryland fan growing up nearby?
I spent quite a few times at games. My younger sister actually sang the national anthem for them a couple times, so it's kind of a little bit of a homecoming, but on the different side of it.
And is there any sort of particular message or trick you use or plan to instill in your players that notion of, yes, there are those banners up in the rafters and this other team has accomplished a lot, but there's no reason we shouldn't give ourselves a chance to compete with them?
You know, that's just it. I think that's the message. I don't think there's any trick, any gimmick to it. You know, these are bright young women who read through everything, and I think the fact that they've seen confidence from our coaching staff has helped build their confidence. And, you know, what's fun about them is they are pretty young and they have no fear. So they're just going to go out and play their hearts out and do what they love.
Any more questions for Coach? All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
The Iona locker room's open to 1 o'clock.